In Red Dead Redemption 1 we had the roll spam and the high power pistol that allowed you to effortlessly take down an enemy with a flurry of pistol shots. But which gun will reign supreme in Red Dead Redemption 2's Online? Now first off, I'd like to state that I really like all of the guns currently in the game. Rockstar have put a lot of effort into retouching and balancing the various firearms. Whereas in the original game, most weapons you unlocked were a straight upgrade, we now see a chance for us to individually personalise our loadouts in a way that suits our playstyle. This is something that I very much enjoy doing. Despite the balances, I still reckon that for dedicated PvPers, there will be certain weapons that will provide an edge over others. However, saying that, I'm not going to dismiss the fact that the use of cover is also going to be a determining factor. The player who can use cover and positioning the most effectively should win 100% of the time. Without further delay, let's talk about the weapons I believe will be the most utilised in Online. These weapons are the Schofield revolver, the volcanic pistol, the sawn-off shotgun as an alternative, the bolt-action rifle, and any of the long-barrel shotguns. The first weapon is the Schofield revolver, and I believe the Schofield is severely underrated by most people that have played the game. It has the second highest damage of all sidearms and the second best accuracy. Now the rate of fire and reload may be a tiny bit lower than the other choices, but I don't see that as being too much of a negative. Because of how much cover will be utilised, the relative downtime between shooting will mean that you'll have ample time to reload any of your guns. With regards to the slower rate of fire, I view that as a positive thing. The fact that it is single action means that there is just a little bit more time between each of your shots for the aiming reticule to become a bit more accurate, which makes your farther engagements much better. Spam firing often makes you miss more often than you hit, so what's the point in a higher rate of fire if your overall damage will be less? Even at close quarters, the Schofield is capable with its fan the hammer ability. Next, the volcanic pistol. The volcanic pistol is quite literally a handheld repeater. If you unlock the sights, the extended barrel and improved rifling, you're basically looking at a rifle that can be held and shot in one hand. The volcanic pistol with these upgrades will provide a great advantage at distances where your other sidearm just can't quite hit the mark. It lacks the ability to rapid fire, but when you combine it with the Schofield which can fan the hammer, you are now a pistolier that has an answer for short and long range engagements. A good example of where having the volcanic pistol is beneficial is in the times where you're caught off guard and haven't had a chance to grab anything from your saddlebags. In times like these, you're going to want something that can do reliable damage at a distance immediately available to you, rather than allowing yourself to be harassed by your foe at long range. Despite my praise for the volcanic pistol, I don't see it being utilised that much by the average player. I think your average Joe would opt for the offhand sawn-off shotgun just because it offers a brutal sudden burst of point-blank damage that can quickly dispatch any player that pops up from behind cover or advances at you at close range. I will recommend that out of any sidearms you use, try to avoid using two of the same weapon or at least two of the same type, i.e. always make sure it's a pistol and a revolver or a shotgun and a pistol, etc. This will save you ammunition troubles, since dual wielding the same ammo type can drain your ammo very quickly and you'll need to replenish it. The other reason is if you're using two of the same weapon, you're only limiting yourself to the pros and cons of that single weapon, whereas mixing it up can give you some much needed flexibility. And now for the rifles. I think a lot of the rifle capability has been made obsolete by the fact that shotguns can now use slugs. The rate of fire of even the pump shotgun can match the rate of fire of a lever action rifle, and the potential damage output is superior in many ways, especially since you can swap to buckshot at any time. I feel that the flexibility of these shotguns in these scenarios will be a preferable choice over repeaters, and at longer ranges where slugs can't do the trick, the bolt action surely can. I think I'm safe to make the assumption that the ability to one-hit enemies with the bolt action rifle was far more satisfying than using the lever action rifles too. And in Online, this is only going to become more apparent, where getting those big hits off to take down a player can be the difference between winning and losing, since players are going to be a lot more tankier. I'm opting not to go over the sniper rifles as I think they're very niche, and between the two there's not much really to go on, and it's more of a choice of personal preference. I like the rolling rock rifle personally, but others may use the Caracano more. To wrap things up, here are the things I've concluded about how we can expect loadouts in combat in Online. First, loadout choice is going to be key, and the player with the right weapons for the right task will be a severe advantage. Second, higher level weapons are not necessarily better than lower level weapons. Check the stats to see which work best for you. Third, to sum up my final predictions, Schofield will be the most used sidearm, or at least most used by those that desire to win PvP encounters, with the volcanic and sawn-off being the best offhand alternatives. I feel that the bolt action rifle will be used the most alongside the various shotguns within the game due to the range of offensive and defensive capabilities those weapons possess. Oh, and fourth, all the things I've discussed above are pointless because whoever has the most dynamite wins. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, let me know. This is my first video and I hope to perhaps make more, so any feedback is appreciated. And above all, don't get lumbago.